on the standings as we speak.
Introducing first, the Messenger Press Adelaide Endurance. From the Modbury Bowls Club in South Australia, he's a two-time state pairs champion, Simon Dorr. From the Grange Bowling Club in South Australia, he's a two-time World Bowls medalist, Wayne Rudiger. And from the Adelaide Bowls Club, he was voted best performed in APL 01, Scott Thulborn. And the coach of the Messenger Press Adelaide Endurance is Faye Luke.
All right, let's have a look at the Adelaide Endurance, headed up by Scott Thulborn. There's a lot have been made as Scott. Scott was the bowler of the tournament in the inaugural APL. Wayne Rudiger is also an Australian rep, and of course Simon Dorr as well. And I'm currently joined by the Adelaide coach, and Faye Luke. Faye, how are you going?
Good, thank you. Really, much better now.
It's been a long wait, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But now you're solidified in the top four.
We are. Fantastic. Can't believe it. Terrific.
Okay, so what's the plan going forward, knowing that you can't miss the top four? Is it all about, I guess, getting a bit of confidence for tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, just getting out there, doing what we can do, and working hard, and just sort of making sure that we tick all the boxes so that we're ready for tomorrow.
Beautiful stuff, Faye. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get to Adelaide opponents. Perth.
And their opponents, the Solar Game Perth Suns. Introducing first, former Australian champion of champions pairs winner, Clive Adams. This man has won 3 consecutive World Cup crowns. He is Jeremy Henry. And from the Victoria Park Bowls Club, 3-time WA Bowler of the Year, Tom Mitchell. And the coach of the Solar Game Perth Suns is Wayne Telly.
All right, let's have a look at the Perth Suns, 3 of the absolute characters of the games. Clive Adams, Thomas Mitchell and Jeremy Henry. Certainly Jeremy Henry, one of the faces of Australian bowls, certainly in the last 10 years or so. And I'm joined by the coach in Wayne Turley. Wayne, hello to you. What's the plan against Adelaide?
Oh, we'll just stick to the same game plan we've had the last few games. Thomas leaving up and then bring Clive in off the bench, and Jeremy skipping. But the guy's been playing extremely well, and looking forward to a great match tonight. Yeah,
we saw in the previous game how important the power play is. Where do you think it is? Is it just a case that you're going to use it whenever you feel, or do you have a plan going forward?
Well, we have a little bit of a plan, but we watch to see how the game goes. And the big thing is if you can win a power play and defend the power play, you go a big way to win in the set.
Good man, good luck.
Can I just say hello to my wife, Claire, and my little daughter, Ruby.
You got some browning points. Good on you, mate. Let's go to our commentators.
Thank you very much, Tom Chadwick. It's a beautiful night here in Brisbane. Nice breeze around to keep things cooler than they were earlier in the week. These two teams are short of a place in the top 4. 3rd and 4th place. You want to finish, any team would like to finish higher up the ladder than the other. And that is the case for these two. And 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3 in semi-finals. So the winner of this, Clive's getting edgy. He won a cheerleading competition. He's hearing Dancing on the Ceiling from Lionel Richie. The toes are tapping, and he's just waiting to get out there as our cheerleading champion from Cambridge in WA. See the waddle a little bit later. So if my maths is correct, the winner of this match will play New Zealand Blackjacks in the semi-final, and the other semi-final will be between the Murray Steamers and the loser of this game. So we'll find out in a while what happens there. And Tom Mitchell gets us underway with his first bowl.
Warner finished third. The second being third, first being fourth. Hey, Tommy!
Not a bad start.
Second, fourth, first, third. Just a margin on it.
So first versus fourth and second versus third. The semi-finals tomorrow night. Steve Glasson joining us. Sadly, the BCIB Sydney Lions shan't be involved.
No, very disappointing, Mark. Look, great to be here again. Thank you for the opportunity, but not to be. We've got a big match on immediately after this with the last year's champions, and if we win that, well, we're probably going to be a game out of contention. So close, near miss, but at the end of the day, not good enough. But we're going to have a great game here with two of the finals teams in action, and I suppose a bit of a confidence booster as well for the team that gets through and takes the mantle tonight.
Well, full marks to Adelaide for making the semi-finals 2 years in a row. They made the final last year. We've seen how the Brisbane Gold have fallen off the perch from first to last.
That is quite amazing, isn't it? You don't see that every day.
Well, we mentioned last night, Steve, I'm not sure whether you were with me, but the fact that they came into this tournament with, I think you were with me, with Kelvin with his burnt foot, with Mark Casey with his knee just being freshly reconstructed, and Robbie Wild with a bit of an issue with a mosquito bite. And it just shows you it doesn't matter what sport you play or what level, if you're not 100% fit, you're going to struggle.
Absolutely. Good shot there from Tom Mitchell, but yeah, the boys not at their best, and it's obviously had some sort of an effect on them. And I know watching the preliminary rounds, they've had a few results that haven't bounced their way. They haven't had the bounce of the ball either. And I can say on behalf of the BCIB Sydney Lions, we certainly know how that feels, but I'm sure they'll bounce back. Good start here.
Shot, mate. Well done.
Boys straight in the action.
It's an interesting move by Faye Luke here. Scott Tholburn was the player of the APL last year as the skip for Adelaide, and he's been skipped most of the tournament. I hadn't seen the play today, but he's now leading with Wayne Rudiger, who started normally on the bench, coming on a skip now for Adelaide. Is this what they were doing today?
Yeah, they did a little bit today. I actually had a chat to Scotty about it earlier, and I just felt the dynamics of the team were working better with Scotty leading up, and Wayne's been skipping particularly well. So they're both very experienced players, and just so happens form at this event suits this style of play.
Steve, I'm a little bit concerned because it's been a while since I've seen or heard from Mick Molloy. His Roys are gone, they're done and dusted. I have no idea where I have an idea. Well, I do have an idea, but I'm not sure where he is. Hello, Mick, where are you? Please, come in.
I am here at Ground Zero for an icy cold can of 4X in Wayne's Can Bar, and thank you very much. Hello, guys. As you can see, it's like dinner at the Algonquin Club here tonight. And Wayne, has anyone seen Wayne? Where would I find him tonight? Oh, look out, there he is. He's like a turtle in a can of 4X. How are you, Wayne?
Mate, going very well. Welcome back to Pine Rivers, Mick. Welcome back.
Thank you, and you've made a few changes since I was here last. You've doubled the floor space. You've got a pig on a spit. You've got a beer can suit.
Mate, we got it all. We thought we better go into catering, responsible service of alcohol. You've got to supply food with the drink, and we thought we'd put a pig on a spit.
Right, I think the responsible serving of alcohol, that ship may have sailed, looking at some of the blokes standing around behind me right now. Ladies, come on down. They're all eligible. I can vouch for them all. They'll behave themselves. It's great to be here. I love what you've done. Have you got planning permission from the council for this?
Yeah, planning's on. It's being approved now, and we're going to franchise it. So anyone wants a prospectus for franchising Wayne's Can Bar, book it one. Book one.
All right, well, there'll probably be a pool bar here next year. Who knows? I look forward to it. And if anyone sees that man floating around, report him to the police immediately. All right?
Good on
Brisbane's
you, Mick.
most wanted man. Thanks, guys.
Mick Molloy in Wayne's Can Bar. He's already been to the pig on the spit. Here's Jeremy Henry with a little bit of weight to try and salvage something here for the Perth Suns, and he just knocks one of his own out of the way. They hold 3, I think, here, Adelaide. Certainly 2, and it looks like a measure for the third on that angle there.
There's certainly a chance at 3. The other Wayne, if we may refer to him as that, as Wayne Rudiger, played a monster of a shot in this first end to convert it over and really tidy it up. So big chance here for a huge start for the Adelaide Endurance.
Of course, the last game tonight will be on State of Origin lines. Sydney against Brisbane. And, I mean, we should mention that at least all the Sydney team are from Sydney.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Kelvin plays for South Tweed, which is in New South Wales.
Well, officially it is, although the way the geographics of bowls works, it's actually classed as a Queensland club. So, albeit it's just over the border.
How do bowls work that out, Steve? Can you explain that? There he is. There's the great man.
There he is, yes.
Mick's asked him for a cup of tea. He hasn't got one for him yet. And we did have the fire engine go past earlier, which worried me a little bit.
He's banned from making any cups of tea or coffee or anything.
So, is there three shots there, we should say, to Adelaide while this match continues? Is there any logical reason why the Tweed Heads is considered part of Queensland? I know state of origin lines that, you know, everywhere's in Queensland when it comes to state of origin.
Yeah.
But how does this work in bowls?
It's actually quite serious. They do it geographically because it's so close to Brisbane.
Yeah, but geographically, Steve, that's where you let yourself down.
Yeah,
because geographically, Tweed Heads is in New South Wales.
Yes.
So if you use the term geographically, Tweed Heads is in New South Wales.
I'm not sure what term to use then. It's a farce then. Must be.
Because it's closer to Brisbane than Sydney?
Yes. Well, I think that's a good point. We'll leave it at that.
Sometimes when things are illogical, it's very hard to explain, isn't it?
Very hard to explain. Totally illogical.
It's a bit like Kempsey's part of Queensland for Greg Inglis.
Well, state of origin, that's correct, yeah.
So,
and look, I can't knock the South Tweed boys and girls.
No, you're not. But you're not unhappy that Kelvin is considered then a Queenslander when it comes to bowls.
Well, he does live in Queensland, I suppose. So
yeah, but he decides to cross the border to play. But as you just explained, bowls don't consider that. And I'm getting confused at this time of night. I might get a brain freeze here.
I am totally lost at the moment. A technicality, I think. It's good stuff.
Well, Tom Mitchell started well this end with a good opener. Jeremy Henry wants this one to travel.
I think further to your statement, I mean, Mark Casey is a former Victorian. So that says something there, although yours truly is a former Queenslander. So,
yes, but having that said that too, Steve, a colleague of mine once said Victorians are all just for future Queenslanders anyway.
Fair enough.
And that seems to be the case.
The boys have started well here, both the first and second end. Tommy Mitchell's played well, as well they all have really, and he's off to a flyer this end.
Yeah, Scotty.
High quality stuff. Look at this for a bowl.
Good
well
stuff,
played, Scotty.
No pressure, so they can come out and actually be a little bit freer
That's
the way
right.
they play.
Both teams guaranteed a semi-final berth tomorrow evening.
And that will help both of these because they both know they're in. Whereas in the first game tonight, New Zealand knew it was in, and Gold Coast wanted to finish on a high and played superbly. New Zealand were off in that game. You want to get that momentum back tomorrow night.
It's a good chance for both teams too to find the rink a little bit more, have some time on the rink and experience it and get to know it a little bit better, because we haven't spent a lot of time on the TV rink, so they'll enjoy this. And as you say, there's no pressure involved. You should see some great play and some action and some good aggressive shots.
So a shot here, at least a shot to Adelaide. And Wayne Rudiger on the mat as the skip for the Adelaide Endurance. This might be one of the only matches too, Steve, where Faye Luke can sit there and not be nervous. Although, is that possible?
No, I don't think it's possible. She rides and lives and breathes every single bowl.
Here's a great bowl.
Oh, she's
Wayne
excited
Rudiger.
too. Just watching her reaction there. Excited with that.
And hello to everyone watching in Adelaide, and particularly over in Perth, where, what is it, 5:45 in Perth. They'll be watching their sons and be pleased to see them performing so well. A little bit of weight here from Jeremy Henry.
Oh,
who
what a
doesn't
great
mind
shot.
driving when he
Excuse me, Jeremy
can.
Henry. That's a cracker. How good was that from Jeremy Henry?
We have seen quality.
Not to be
at the APL
outdone.
level.
We certainly have. Well, he's falling. Is it enough?
I think it's still Suns. No, he's saying it's one down. So they're saying it's still Adelaide.
I reckon they got it.
This has got to go, doesn't it?
It's got to hurry. He's got pretty good weight. He just needs to get back, but he's not going to quite get back in time. Fair effort.
So it's 1 to the red, 1 to the white bowl there of Adelaide. So Wayne Rudiger, his last throw of the dice.
3 hammers, mate.
Close again.
3 hammers.
Very close again.
It's only one
Wonderful effort.
Just the one at the moment.
Weight's good.
Well, Jeremy's last bowl can help him. He can catch a little edge off that to help guide him into the jack, so be drawing with confidence.
He's after it. He's chasing.
Just the guy to play it as well. He's very close. Very close here.
It's a terrific shot from Jeremy Henry. It doesn't get much better than that. Wayne Turley's out of his seat. Clive Adams is out of his seat. Doesn't take much for Clive to get up. But there's 2 shots there for Perth. They were looking down the barrel, and have a look at this.
That is perfect. Jeremy Henry at his best. 2 shots.
Well, we saw earlier, Steve, he played the power shot with the drive, and now he's come up with the precision.
Deft draw shot, yeah. Fantastic. The mark of a great, great player. World class. World class.
Tom Mitchell.
Tommy. Tommy.
Very close again.
Tommy.
I think if both teams keep this form up, we could see this game again in the final tomorrow night. Can that happen?
Well, it could, because they'll both be in separate sides of the draw.
Opposite semis.
And look, I think earlier in the week,
Hold on, mate.
we thought Steamers and Blackjacks would reach the final with their early form. Blackjacks have gone from strength to strength. A little bit of a hiccup tonight, but Steamers had a low patch. But when you've got Alex Marshall as your skip and Ali Forsyth, who's been in outstanding form, it's been looked that way for most of APL too.
Yeah, I don't think the Kiwis will be too concerned with tonight. I mean, it's never nice losing, but I think they've probably got a little bit of relief in the fact they have lost one on the way, and that will spark them up as well going to the semis, knowing that they're going to get challenged. But if form's anything to go by, they certainly have a big chance at APL 02 title for 2014.
Question, mate.
Well, again, this direction here at Club Pine Rivers has caused the most angst or grief this week. The boys just a little bit off with pace. Let's see what Tom can produce this time. It's played very well throughout.
Sol again, Perth Suns in the orange, and the Messenger Press in Adelaide Endurance in the red. And they've got the white bowls, and just a little bit short.
Be yours by 2 feet, mate.
It's a medium mat with a long jack.
Chance here.
Watching it intently, isn't he?
He's pretty close here. He's more than pretty close. He's very, very close. Great shot, Scotty Thorburn.
Terrific, wasn't it?
Some pressure back on Jeremy.
It'd have to be the biggest team in APL 02 taking on the smallest team.
I think so,
It's
yes.
not a game of footy, Steve, isn't it?
No, there's a front row versus a back line out there, that's for sure.
I think front row against the halfbacks.
He's watching with interest. Needs to hurry along a little bit.
Good side, mate.
Good encouragement from his teammate Tommy.
Good for it, buddy. Weight's brilliant.
These players, they're always encouraging. You don't hear any negative comments from them. I think if you go back to Clubland, we often hear it back there, you know, with some of the bowlers, but the best in the business, they understand if there's near misses or a loose one, but they're always ready to encourage and pump the player up and pump their teammates up. It's great to see.
Into the ditch it goes. So what's on the radar next for the Jackaroos, Steve? We've just had the Commonwealth Games, of course. We've had the Under-25 Championships. Kelsey Cottrell has just come back from Hong Kong. Or was it the Champion of Champions or Super?
Yeah, the Hong Kong Classic up there. It's an annual event. Australia's always well represented up there. And Kelsey and Carla Rogers were the winners in 2013 and went horribly close to repeating that by being narrowly beaten by 1 in the final of the women's pairs. And our boys also, Maddie Bowes and Matthew Peterson, narrowly defeated in the final as well. So a good result for the Australians up there in tough conditions. Well,
ditch again, 2 in a row from Wayne Rudiger.
He must have had a steak for dinner, I think, or something.
So the Jackaroos, what's up next?
Yeah, it's nearly a little bit of a break now, which is great. So it's been a hectic time with Commonwealth Games, and as you say, the World Under-25s, Hong Kong Classic. We had a team up in Malaysia just recently, so a bit of a spell over Christmas. We've got a touring party heading over to New Zealand in about mid-January for an event over there, and we start building now for Asia Pacific Games in New Zealand and also World Championships. Gee, he likes this. He's got to hurry though. Well, it's
he's knocked it out, and he likes that. Jeremy Henry
loves it. Loves it.
If those two come crashing together, Tom and Jeremy, there'd be some chaos. They're brothers, surely, separated at birth. Reunited at Pine Rivers. Long lost family. Here's an episode for you. Davina McCall, come and find these two.
Well, this has been Rudy's best one this end. Good attempt, just not quite getting back. Well played, Jeremy Henry again, converting a difference.
And we're now level, Steve, after 3 ends. That opening end where Adelaide picked up 3 seems a long time ago. Wayne Turley is calling the power play. I'm not sure whether Faye was going to call hers and then decided against it. She had it in her hand.
I think, I think she was going to, but saw Wayne react first, so thought we'll save this, we'll leave it in the bank and see if we really need it come last end.
Brilliant start, Tom.
Interesting tactics. Well played, Tom Mitchell. He's on heat.
Scotty Tholburn now.
Hold on, mate. Good, Scotty.
Great drop of speed. Pretty good touch tonight, the boys. Maybe that's why they're in the semis.
And it also reflects the fact that this is the 3rd night on this green as well, and they've had a couple of matches under their belt, which bodes well for tomorrow night's semi-finals and final.
Certainly does, and you do need a little bit of time on it. I can assure you, those watching at home, it's not the easiest of rinks. It's not a critical comment by any means, but you just need a little bit of time to adapt to it. He's watching with interest as well.
Close, Scotty.
He's got to turn down. He's very close.
Shot, mate.
Very close here. Well.
Good shot, mate.
Unlucky. Yeah. Still shot though to Perth.
Turn the jogger slip.
This is a good test for Tom here, changing hands. We've seen it a number of times throughout the week, changing hands, and the players have dropped a little bit short over to this side.
I think he wants this to sit down. I think he might be going the other way.
Which is a good bowl in itself. A little bit of insurance down the back there. Well played.
It's a chance of being in play rather than leave it that far short.
Definitely.
So Wayne Rudiger has got the earpiece in for the Messenger Press Adelaide Endurance. And Wayne, after a good opening end where you picked up 3, some great play by Jeremy Henry, has it all locked up. How's this head looking for you?
It's not looking too bad. Probably got 1 just. So it's looking all right.
Mate, just before you get down the other end, as you're walking down, the pressure's off because you're in the semis. Allows you to play a little bit more freely, doesn't it?
Oh, most certainly. We're very lucky this team has did the right thing by us, and we can come out here and have a bit of fun.
Good on you, mate. Take that piece out and concentrate. We'll get back to Wayne a little bit later. 3 apiece in this first set. It is a power play for Perth. And these have been the critical moments of all matches. If you can convert yours and deny the opposition, you go a long way towards winning the match, don't you?
Huge chance, yes, definitely. And we've seen it time and time again this week. Good shot there too from Jeremy.
Getting the jack there, mate.
Wayne, or Rudy as we affectionately call him, just trying to draw as close as he possibly can. Another one in the head.
Just a bit short there.
It doesn't change, you play it, you sit the ball. Jezza. Start chewing, buddy. Yeah, here you come.
He likes it, Jeremy Henry.
Chew, Jezza.
Very close, but he's got his own bowl.
He has.
Well played, Jezza.
Who holds shot? Is it still Perth? That Adelaide one looks really close.
Yeah.
Through there, eh? Yeah, get.
Well, it just looks like Adelaide, doesn't it, there? But one and a measure to Perth. That shows you how deceptive it is unless you're right over.
Right over the top, yeah.
Hurry.
I don't know if he's got enough heat on this to hold.
Change something, mate.
And he's onto the front one.
Now it's definitely Perth.
Definitely two. And look, how valuable is Tommy's last bowl that he played right down the back of the head?
You get to the white, as long as you're on the top.
Definitely in the game now.
Power play for Perth. They hold two, which would become four.
Big Jazz.
You're right, Mike. It's the pace.
Bit narrow, isn't it?
Just a little bit underdone here. A little bit tentative.
Jack, you touch or stay in, you'll be right. Got to go quick, mate.
There's a target.
Here we go.
Get him.
Yep.
Can't get them both.
There's a target.
Aggression. A big stick from Wayne Rudiger. Oh, he doesn't like it.
Not out of the hand and misses everything. And it is 2 to Perth. And Perth has gone from 3-0 down, Steve, to lead 7-3. And that is the value of the power play. So now it's going to be a power play for Adelaide. They have to play their power play unless they haven't played it before, did they? And we missed it.
Well, I didn't see it. There's no movement from the bench.
Maybe they did play it and we missed it.
Well, Dales, as we call it, Dalesy Fei-Lu,
she did have it in her hand. Maybe she took it off from I didn't even see it out there.
Yeah. She's only very little.
Well, if they have played it, which they must have, otherwise she's just forgotten about it. There you go.
They're in trouble.
They defended the power play, Perth, and then won their own, and they'll win the set.
Adelaide in trouble. Well, Faye doesn't look as worried as she normally does, which is a good sign. She normally looks petrified sitting there on the sideline. And that won't help.
No, not the best of starts.
Particularly when you're chasing 4 short bowls, it will not help. And Scotty would be disappointed with that.
Thomas wants this to sit.
Important if he stays on the deck. It's pretty handy at this stage of the set.
And it does.
Okay.
It does.
Looking to make amends. He's nearly smiling then when you let that go. Smiling assassin.
Question, mate.
Got to hurry, still got to hurry.
Handy, buddy.
It's a correction. At least
It's a good shot.
is there or thereabouts.
Yeah, it's a good shot. It's not bad either.
It's a good correction as well from...
Yeah, well played. They're going to have to do something pretty special here, I think, Adelaide. There's the boys.
Warming up.
Our enemies in the very next round.
Were they all there? Where was Case? Was Mark Casey there? I didn't see.
No, I think they're having dramas, actually. I think there's a few dramas in the team. Perhaps they're not all talking. I don't know. But
I think Case is over speaking with Aaron Sheriff, one of your teammates. And
he is, actually. I can see him on the other side there.
You wouldn't have thought Kelvin would be involved in any of that, would you?
No, Kelvin's not particularly well liked, Mark, so no. Said tongue-in-cheek.
That might be why South Tweed's in Queensland. So that bowl, last bowl there of Scott Tholburn's rolled into the ditch. And it's a strange looking head on this end that has to be picked up 4 shots by Adelaide. And when you've put one in the ditch, that makes it real tough.
And the other one's well short. You're asking for a lot of trouble.
Good effort, buddy.
Going to need 3 rippers from Wayne Rudiger here to give him any chance.
I don't think it really matters finishing 3rd or 4th, to be honest, Steve, whether you play New Zealand Blackjacks or the Murray Steamers, doesn't it?
It's a,
either one's going to be extremely difficult to get through to the final.
Exactly. It's a tough job either which way.
Well, that's well short from Wayne, so there's no chance here unless the jack hits one of the Perth bowls and comes backwards by about 3 metres.
Yeah.
On the last bowl that Wayne has.
Hurry, Jeff. Run it out, buddy.
In a world of pain here.
Run. Run, Jezza. Jezza.
Well played, Jezza, yet again.
Running shot, Jezza. Very close, Mike.
There's no escaping for Adelaide. Start gearing up for the second set, boys.
Bit of power here, unless they want to kill the end.
Well,
they haven't
that's what
nominated.
they're trying. That's what they're trying. Well, he's taken a couple of Perth bowls out.
Okay.
Turn your own, Mike.
Certainly trying to manufacture something very, very special.
So will they nominate a kill here, do you think? Just to try and give themselves some hope? Or do you just say, look, we're in the semi-finals, let's just go on to the next set? He's asking the question, do we want to kill or what?
Yeah,
kill it, mate. Kill.
Yep,
yep,
try
there
and
you
kill.
go.
What we did the last time.
So he's got to knock the jack
Rudy's
out of
looking
play.
closely. He's close. Oh, good
This
effort.
is everything.
Good
and
heat,
it will
good heat.
be a shot to Perth. And just the one. And it will be an 8-3 first set to the Solar Gain Perth Suns. We will take a break from Pine Rivers, come back with the second set.
Perth Glory, Wellington Phoenix, live Friday, Sky Sport 2.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys. You can't do selfies with a pair of undies. Get them a phone instead.
Like this smartphone for $49 plus, you can get 3 gigs free data over 3 months. That's 1 gig each month. Skinny for Christmas. It's that simple.
Make your old house warm and spacious. Call Refresh, the design and build renovation specialists. They'll work with you every step of the way, transforming your old house into a comfortable modern home. Delivering on time and on budget. Refresh.co.nz.
You know, people come in with a basket load and then all of a sudden they need a trolley.
Ryobi Drill, $147. Charcoal Barbecue, $29. And if you happen to find a lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
If you left behind the salary, the annual leave, the corporate takeovers, and took the leap to start a business of your own, come to the bank that understands what it's like. Kiwi Bank. Because we did it too. Call us, visit online, or see us in store.
On the 3rd of December, William Trowbridge will be attempting a new world record by diving to 102 metres on a single breath. Brought to you by Steinlager Pure.
No sizzling. Welcome back. Welcome back to Pine Rivers.
Wow.
Mick Molloy's just joined.
You're on fire tonight, Mark. That's a very good lookalike.
We'll catch that a little bit later. He's the chef here at Pine Rivers too. I noticed him before. Here's the cheerleading champion from Cambridge. Clive Adams. You remember him last year? He won
I think he was on a different team last year.
No, he was on Perth. He won the cheerleading competition at halftime of a Perth Wildcats basketball game.
Okay.
Runner-up at the Australian Indoors early this year. Mick, we've got so much to catch up with you.
So we might see some fireworks tonight.
We may well do the Clive Waddle, because his nickname is Duck. Mate, you've been... How was the pork roll?
The pork roll was great. I backed up. I've had 2. I'm going to confess.
Fair enough.
And I could be back.
Well, you did walk from one side of the club to the other to walk it off.
I did. So I feel good and ready to go. As I said to Wayne, it's a fine addition to what is becoming a heritage bar. It'll be classified by the National Trust.
The Brecky Creek Hotel, and Wayne's Can Bar.
And how are we going here? We've got a bit of a game on, haven't we?
Your Roys.
The Roys, it was a tough. They ran into a good side bowling very well. That was champagne bowling, wasn't it? It was just bowl after bowl. It just kept coming. And look, what could they do? Ran into a good outfit.
Yeah, they were hot, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
And certainly Alex Marshall showing his class, particularly towards the end of that second set with a magnificent shot conversion.
Because I didn't think Graham Archer bowled badly either. I thought he did a great job.
Steve, you've been in that position. You're playing against a world-class player. You never feel comfortable. You never feel
safe.
Exactly.
Never feel safe. Yeah, like that pig on the spit down there with Mick hanging around. I suppose.
We had to be separated. I had to be capsicum sprayed to be moved off the pig on the spit. So, look, it's great stuff, and they can hold their heads high. They'll go home. Well, you know, it's pretty cutthroat now with 2 new teams in it.
It's been great. It's been great to have the 2 new teams.
Yes, there's the Waddle. We've seen Clive's Waddle chasing his bowl down, so he's all fired up.
Mick, if you won a cheerleading competition, would you tell anyone?
Possibly not.
No.
I may have won 5 in a row, but you will never know, Steve.
No.
You will never find out.
Fair call.
That's what we should have here, maybe, some cheerleaders.
Meter maids
and the lifeguard.
Yeah.
They've all disappeared at exactly the same time. Now
and the Hawks. They've taken the Hawk home. They've taken the Hawk home. Someone's got to take that poor Hawk home.
There's a police line-up I look forward to seeing later on this evening. Who knows?
It's a terrific night here at Pine Rivers, and they've done themselves proud again for APL 2. Tomorrow night it's going to be huge. We've got the final. We know that it will be these 2 teams and the New Zealand Blackjacks and the Murray Steamers.
The Murray Steamers, who I reckon are the form side coming out of tonight. When you say New Zealand were brilliant, but probably stumbled, didn't have anything at stake. But the Murray Steamers tonight just turned it on.
They turned it on, didn't they? They certainly did. Got to give credit to Michael Walker. He's it's a total new concept, new experience for him, and he's come out and sizzled all week. He's played very, very well. So there's a question. Indeed. I wonder who Adelaide and Perth want to play.
That's an AFL term, isn't it? Tanking, Mick?
Tanking. It's never happened in our great game. According to the CEO, who's the only person in Australia who holds that view, I should point out.
The ex-CEO, isn't it? Is he finished yet? Has he finished
He's done. He's a good man. You should look at him for Bowls Australia. Who could get Meatloaf out to sing at the grand final.
Big Jez up.
So one bowl
Drop in there, mate. Just
left
go
for Jeremy Henry after this. The second set is underway. They led 3-0 after one end, Adelaide. They haven't won one since. So 8-3, they dropped the first set. And they're down a shot here. Wayne Rudiger does have last bowl.
Come on, lad.
There's some interest in it too.
And if he can knock
it well played. Fantastic shot.
Good 2 or 3. Clive says 2.
Still there, mate.
Mick, you're a busy man. Does that give you any time to throw down the odd bomb at all? Or?
I have been frequenting the Richmond Union Bowling Club, but I have to say I haven't been having a roll. I haven't had a chance, to tell you the truth, lately, but it's just always nice to know the bowling club's there and never far away. Little green oasis in the middle of Richmond, which I love.
Just not going to get there, or in front of that bowl. Was it 2, maybe 3?
Beat that though, mate. Bring another one in.
Simon Dawes come on for the Messenger Press Adelaide Endurance. And Scotty Tholburn is sitting down. Thomas Mitchell sitting down for Perth. Him and Jeremy Henry, long lost brothers there.
Down there, mate.
He's swooping. Will he get back?
It's not a bad try, is it, Steve?
Great effort. Just fell the wrong way.
Just fell out. And how many is it? 2? It is 2 to Perth. They can't stop the bleeding here, Adelaide, at the moment. Oh, 2 to Adelaide. Sorry, I apologise for that. I thought I was looking at the wrong colour bowl. So 2 to Adelaide. They can stop the bleeding. And it is 1-0. A solid game, Perth Suns over the Adelaide Endurance. Wayne's Canberra's filling up. And earlier this week, Mick, when you weren't here, disaster struck a number of times for the BCIB Sydney Lions because they didn't play that well early. But
that's right.
The great Steve Glasson, game 2, I think, maybe game 3, the glasses broke in half.
But tell me what happened, mate.
I think Kelvin got to them. I think he might have
put them on the stove.
Put them on the stove.
Yeah, he tried to cook them with his electric
cuppa, was
kettle. Yeah, I think there was a bit of interference. I'm not sure. I can't prove it. We've got video Savannah's looking at it.
Tell me what happened.
Well, the bloody thing snapped. There's no other way to put it. Playing along now, my eyesight these days is not all that good long term. So I was fortunately our co-commentator, our number 1 here, Mark.
Good Lord.
Was there to witness the whole incident and said, try these. And he was very generous in taking his off. Unfortunately, it was very similar, so it saved the day. And
it meant that he played with him and I called without him. I had no idea what was going on.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
Oh, dear.
I was asking for help from my co-commentators what was happening.
Now, are you a superstitious man, Steve? Because does that mean you're going to use the glasses again tonight, or are you going to go with your own? What are you going to do?
Strangely enough, it didn't help me at all. I still continue to throw down turkey, so, yeah.
All right.
I drove home with the sunglasses at 11 o'clock at night.
High beam on.
How are you feeling now, mate? Are you getting a bit nervous already? Or?
No, not really. No. I'd like to talk to you, Mick, if I may.
Fire away.
The Roys.
Before we do that, sorry, because we've got Wayne Rudiger wired up down there on the green. You've just stopped the bleeding there, Wayne. At least you're back on the board, mate.
Yeah, no, it's good to get a couple there, and hopefully we can nail one here in a second and win this end too.
Everyone keen back home in Adelaide watching this. Streets would be quiet, wouldn't they? Everyone down the pub watching it?
Most certainly. Most certainly. All at the highway in.
What, all of Adelaide or just...
just half.
They've got a proud bowling heritage over there in Adelaide. I'm sure they'll have one eye on the shenanigans over here at the APL, don't you worry. Keenly contested by the southern states, I can vouch for that.
Got a choice yet, Wayne? Would you rather play New Zealand or the Steamers in the semi-finals?
Not really fussed. I'm just happy we're there.
You'd probably say the Lions, mate, given half the chance, wouldn't you?
No. They stitched us up last time we played them.
Fresh news here, sorry, Roots, because Kelvin Kirko has been substituted by one of the Forex girls for the next match.
Yes, indeed.
Team in turmoil. Kelvin has decided that's it.
Well, good to see he's concentrating on the game.
He just knows when the camera's on him, doesn't he? Yeah. There are certain people in the world that just know when a camera is on them. Kelvin Kirko is one of those people.
It'll be his last big hurrah here tonight.
He's not the shy type.
No. You'll never die wondering with Kirko.
I would imagine. Not that the roster's been done for tomorrow night yet, though, Mick. Seeing that there's no Brisbane, there's no Sydney, we'll have Kelvin, Steve, and more than likely Karen Murphy at various stages tomorrow night. So we will have Kelvin.
Great.
Unless he injures himself between now and then.
Which is every possibility.
That's all, mate. Good. Exactly. Trying to make some toast or something.
Well, they've been going so well this way, and they've just loosened up a little bit. Maybe that relaxed environment tonight. Both semi-finalists already. So, Mick, can I ask you about the Roys? Sorry.
Well, look, it's just very disappointing, you know. They showed their best game is a good game, and they just needed to bring it tonight. But as I said, they ran into the Murray Steamers, who that's the first time I've seen them live in action, and I thought that was the most extraordinary exhibition of bowls tonight. It was just methodical and ruthless. And I didn't think they bowled badly. They just got done.
I've got to give it to you. You're a gracious loser, if I may put it that way. I mean, that's you could have just...
I've cooled down a bit.
Yeah. So the disappointment's, it's settling now?
The disappointment was palpable.
Changes for next year?
Well, there'll be wholesale changes. Completely new team.
Yeah.
And we'll work it out. But I think we need to be at the business end. That's 2 years in a row now. the Roys have underperformed on the big stage, on the field of dreams.
It's 2 down. You can go it if you want. They both
Here
go.
at Club Pine Rivers, and we need to show Australia and New Zealand what we've got.
Going to see some heat here from Jeremy. Sorry.
Here we go.
2 down.
And
interesting.
And he's got
it right through.
Bang!
Classic Jeremy Henry.
The big fella loves it.
Picked up 2 to level it at 2 apiece. And a wry smile by Simon Gore. It was on the money all the way.
Could let a rub down after that one. He put absolutely everything into that.
And what's the collision here between him and his twin here? Tom Mitchell comes up and bang! Caught that.
Yes. If the bowl to go through the hole as well.
Wouldn't want to get away in between him and his bowl, or him and the dining table.
The pig on the spit, I reckon. That would be the most dangerous position of all.
Tongues out there from Clive, watching this closely. Medium Matt, long jack. Just a bit short there from Clive. We will, more than likely on his last bowl here, Mick, if it's a good one, get to see the waddle as it comes down.
It would be a good way to sign off, wouldn't it?
He's become a cult hero in Perth. Telling me before, people stopping him in the street. Because he is available, he's single.
Coming, mate.
Well,
he's on the lookout.
Form an orderly queue, ladies.
What more could you ask for? Sporting superstar.
He's got it all.
And can cheerlead as well.
Versatile. There he is.
Guys, throwing that out there too.
Hurry, Clay.
More involvement from Mick Molloy with the Roys next year? Or none whatsoever?
Their spiritual leader again. I will see this through.
Well played.
And I occasionally frequent their home ground at Fitzroy, which is good for barefoot bowls and a rather cheap beer. Perfectly situated on Brunswick Street, just above the old Brunswick Oval, which is a classic home of Fitzroy Football Club and a great part of the world.
Good effort, Simo.
How good's this?
Shot, mate.
Very close.
Watching it intently, aren't they? And a little touch.
Well played.
Yes.
And
special.
Roll. No, it doesn't. Last bowl here for Clive Adams. Come on, Clive, follow it down.
I'll send a cheerio to all the crew in the stadium, in-house at the BCIB Sydney Lions home club at Club Mount Lewis in Sydney. Big crowd there tonight taking on board the match, and hopefully they're enjoying it and ready to cheer on the Sydney Lions very shortly.
Paint the picture for us, what goes on down there.
So they've got best seats in the house, Mick. Lounge chair, I think you could picture very well. Eskies, free beer, prawns.
Free beer?
Free beer.
Sounds like my happy place.
Sounds like heaven.
They're a good bunch?
They're a great bunch. They're a fantastic bunch. Great supporters, really keen on bowls in the community. So we're very grateful for that.
I'll be sure to swing by one day.
Please do. You're more than welcome.
So it's now up to Jeremy Henry and Wayne Ruder again. Shot held here by Adelaide. Here's some tweets coming through at APL Bowls. You can send to, as Mick Molloy purchased a Murray Steamers shirt.
What are you saying? I've got a few sweaty patches, have I? No, I'm a fan. I like to see champagne bowls, and we saw that tonight.
I'm assuming that Mark Wood's STK for life means St Kilda for life, I would suggest. Mick, would that not be right?
I'd say so. Now, what's going on? Were you telling me...
Needs help. Oh.
You were going to name the ends.
Well, yes.
What have you done?
Well, no, I want to get
some help here from...
Yeah, we do need some help from our viewers. APL at APL Bowls, hashtag APL02. We just can't keep saying the western end and the eastern end.
It's so very dry.
We have to come up with something.
Something more colourful, something more descriptive, something that
Barry Lester
will make them famous throughout the world of bowls.
Barry Lester wants to name them after sponsors, but I think you can't do that. You have to have passion. You have to have some history. You have to have
like the kettle end, say Kirkow or something. If that's where he poured steaming hot water on himself.
History's important.
History's important, and something magical about the game.
At APL Bowls.
Well, he's unlucky. What about
we came up with a few last night.
What did you come up with?
One was the glass and end, Steve. So
there you go. Well,
is that a compliment or an insult? I'm not sure.
It's a compliment.
Wow.
That
would be well deserved.
Wow. You could go the pig on the spit end or something like that.
That's not bad.
Doesn't have the same ring as the Great Southern Stand end or the nursery end at Lords.
Spit
or
end.
Yeah.
All right.
The can bar end. It's can bar end. It's not bad.
Sit line and flop. Good. Like
We'll
that.
get there. We'll get a couple of days.
There. Pig on a spit end. It's kind of appropriate.
3 shots here to Adelaide. And it is the power play too to Adelaide at the moment. So this is critical.
Ali Forsyth's play well. What about the Ali and the Forsyth end or something? Not quite, no. He's from New Zealand too. We can't do that.
Yeah.
In New Zealand. That's right.
Get to it. Get to it.
Oi.
Fantastic effort.
Maybe we could have it that the player of the year each year, the player and the runner-up each year, gets named. For example, Scott Thorburn was named the player last year. It could be the Thorburn end and something else like that.
I don't mind it.
The player of the year and the runner-up, you could have 2 players named, and the next year then at the ends
that
are
would be
named
a good
after
honour.
them.
Hurry now.
Because at Etihad Stadium they have the Lockett and the, what's the other end?
Hurry.
Another Coventry end.
Coventry, yes.
Why it would be named after an English soccer side, I'm not sure, Nick.
I think it's named after Gordon Coventry. He was a reasonably good footballer back in the day.
We've got one again.
So there's 3 shots, which become 6 because of the power play for Adelaide. And it is now 8-2 to Adelaide. And now the power play is coming from Perth.
They'll be cheering at the Carbon Bar at the Crown Hotel in Perth. Here's a chance for Perth to hit back with a power play.
Simon, with the release in the first bowl of this 4th end, it looks like if Perth can't wiggle out of this that we may be heading to a tie break. But Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, when you played Perth earlier today, you had a 10-shot end and got beaten in the set.
Can we talk about something else, gents?
I think the silence is telling.
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh dear.
It's, look, it was just horrible, really.
Is there a black box recording of that?
It was horrible. We managed to jag a 10, and I do mean jag because we were down about 3-0. We hadn't won an end. We got a 10, and then we proceeded next end to drop a 6.
What is going on? The APL, I tell you.
You never know.
Better correction here from Simon.
Sneak in, no?
It really is a great concept, though, isn't it? And anyone can play it. It's out there now. It's called Jack Attack.
I like
it's
the fact, I like this Jack Attack. It's already the word's starting to spread at the grassroots level, and the fact that everyone can play in this format is a great thing, and I reckon it's going to be a great fillip for the world of lawn bowls.
It started here last year, Mick. Remember, we wanted to have a name for the power plays, and we came up with Jack Attack, and it was stolen.
It's time for the Jack Attack.
And it was stolen.
And we wanted some Jaws music or something too, didn't we? We wanted to have, say, Jack Attack, and then have some Jaws music, which meant something big was going on.
So they're all over the jack here, Clive, and they do have the power play. This is a really important end for them.
Well, they're a chance.
Here he goes, Clive Adams.
Whilst the scoreboard reads 8-2, that can turn around, as we just discussed, very quickly.
Well, it was the Perth Suns you were playing against, wasn't it?
It certainly was.
Bit of protection there, Steve. Is that it, or is he?
No, look, I'm not sure about that one.
A bit too heavy.
Yeah, I think a little quick. I mean, it's not a bad shot there down the back, but they need shots.
Now, how do you turn that around? How do you pick yourself up and dust yourself off from 10?
I tend to carry a big box of tissues, Mick. I use them regularly, so...
That's the point, mate. They didn't.
That was the end.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
It will be spoken about at the debrief at Mount Lewis when they get home.
I think they've cancelled the debrief. They're just over it, I think.
Under.
Here's another stat from earlier in the week, Mick.
Yes, please.
Good.
They'd play up after the first round of this year. 15 matches had been played in the APL.
Yep.
Right. Sydney had won 2 and lost 13.
That's a fantastic record, isn't it?
12 12 of those 13.
It's not perfect.
12 of those 13 losses were in tie breaks. They'd lost 12 straight tie breaks.
Well, that's a character flaw.
That's wrong, isn't it?
It's wrong. That's you know, someone who can't handle the heat. I think that club needs to get off to the psychiatrist.
Luckily, Mirka Federer wasn't sitting here saying anything from the bleachers.
From the sidelines, yeah. Look, Mick, I agree. It's a definite
glass jaw
question on our behaviour and our mental state of mind. And I've spoken to our coach about it, and I've spoken to Karen and Aaron, and I'm hoping they'll improve on that. So.
Well,
clearly you were let down on big occasions.
Look, I don't want to go so far as to say that, but you know, certainly not.
Well, he likes it. He's stalking it.
Come on, Jez. Come on, Jez.
Very close.
Tuck in.
Yeah, mate.
It's very good.
Yeah, mate. Great shot.
Well, there's still a chance of salvaging this.
Held 2. This is Wayne Rudiger's last bowl.
If he misses here, Wayne Rudiger, Jeremy will be drawing for 3. To square the match.
And based on that last shot, there's a big chance.
Down there, mate. Back. Down there, Rude.
Chance if he turns. He's got to hurry. No, he's just wide of it.
Yeah. Mate, good.
I think it's still 2. Hard to say from here.
Very tight measure for second, mate. We've got the one.
They want more than that. They trail by 6, and this is their power play. Big bowl here for Jeremy Henry.
Just the guy to do it. Well, again, he's following with interest. He looks a little bit quicker this time.
Get down now.
Jeremy or the bowl?
The bowl.
Get right down to it, Jezza.
It just rolled on a bit.
Well,
and it may have pushed the bowl in a little bit. They look at it a little bit gloomily.
He actually got him behind that bowl and possibly squeezed it back towards the jack.
Yep.
As strange as that may sound.
And a substitution. Tom Mitchell's coming in. Who's it going to be for? Is it going to be for Jeremy or Clive?
I think we'll see Clive have a spell. Yeah, he's heading that way.
The hook's out.
Clive might want to come off. He's gone back for the
He doesn't know. This is going to shock Clive. He's going to turn around and see the sub held up.
2.
It will be 2. He's seen. Clive, pick up your bowls and head home.
Take an early shower, son.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
So that becomes 4, and they're back to within 2.
Is that
one in remaining? They've got to win this end by 3 to stay alive. And Clive Adams goes and sits down. Big call by the coach.
Yeah.
So Perth. Of course, Perth won the first set, yep. So if they halve it, it's the match.
And Tom has led up very, very well.
So the big coaches make the big calls at the big moments.
Tommy.
Wayne Turley.
Great start, Tommy.
It's a great shot.
Let's put the twins back on together.
Wow.
Simon Dorr.
Hold on, mate. On again, Tommy. Good, buddy.
Here comes Thomas Mitchell. Ever thought of having your hair done like that, Mick?
Look, maybe
Steve?
when I was about 12.
Steve?
I only wish I could. I only wish I could.
It'd be a bit obvious if you turned up with that
I
too
think
now,
so, yeah.
don't you think?
I was thinking dreadlocks, actually, but...
I know a greenkeeper who may be able to help you out in that department. But
Hurry past it. Yeah, well done.
It is the trend now. It's a sign of ageing, isn't it, when you don't find that haircut trendy, Mick, is it?
that's it. I don't get it.
Another sign of ageing. I haven't told you either. I told you business, but I'm going to be a grandfather in February.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
That makes me feel very old.
Ah, well done.
My daughter Jessica expecting a baby boy in February.
What date? Have you got a date?
I think I was told, but I was in too much shock to remember, to be honest, Steve.
Congratulations.
Sometime in February.
That's fantastic news. Congratulations.
It's very exciting.
Little boy, little girl.
It's a boy. We don't know the name yet. They're keeping that as a surprise.
Stephen, Mick.
That shan't be happening.
Once again,
there have been a few names tossed up, which we've not.
We've got to Twitter us at APL with some suitable names. That could be great.
So yes, it's been an interesting few months. And looking forward to that in February.
See the side of him.
2 here for Perth, which would win them the match, but there's a long way to go yet.
Well, they're a chance.
You're here, mate. Get out.
Still going. Can it get past that? No, it can't.
Good, mate. Be 1 now.
It's just 1 at the moment, which is not enough for Perth. So can Jeremy Henry pull something out here for the Soul Again Perth Suns? If you do live around Brisbane and tomorrow night you're looking for something to do, free admission into the Pine Rivers Bowls Club. Semi-finals, first semi-finals at 5. The final tomorrow night is at 7:30. That's Brisbane time.
It's a cracking evening.
Fantastic venue, isn't it?
Isn't it awesome?
Hurry now then, buddy.
It's brilliant.
Hurry.
Well, he's urging it to go quicker. It's almost there. Close.
Something to use. 2.
2 down now.
Might see Wayne go straight at this first up, or playing a little bit of weight. Looking to dislodge a couple of the orange or any number of orange bowls that are in the head. Or perhaps promote his own. Trail the jack.
He wasn't far off, was he?
Probably only got 1 now, mate.
Might have got second shot out of that.
You need a foot in your count.
Yep, just knocked it in, so it's just 1, which is enough to keep him alive. Jeremy Henry.
Chasing with interest.
Track's good, Jez. Come on, Jezza, all the way now. Jezza, hurry, hurry.
He likes it. And there it is.
That makes it interesting.
He's been terrific tonight, Jeremy Henry, hasn't he?
Solid.
Very.
That's Jeremy on the left.
Well, it's a fair...
Might have to get numbers.
There's a lot of bowls to run into here. He's got the jack, has he?
He's got 1
out.
shot. Has it rolled on? It has, so it's just the 1, which is not enough for Perth, and this is the last throw for them. Last throw of the dice.
Come on, Jez, you got this, buddy.
Well,
he has before. Can he keep doing it?
He must do it now. A miss here, and we're into a tie break. Away.
No, the grimace.
There's a little grimace.
The grimace.
But he's still following it.
It's not going to get there, is it?
Well, he might get around these if he's fortunate. If he gets around it, and he has.
Oh, it's close. I think he has. 2 shots.
It's on.
Big fist pump.
There we go.
And now Wayne Rudiger.
I saw a $1,000 meat tray advertised in the Club Pine Rivers.
And
I
a
reckon
freezer.
he might have won one in his day, the pig fella. A $1,000 meat tray. What's that? What's that? A cow?
Oh, well.
It makes the pig on the spit out the back. Is that what the?
Can Wayne Rudiger
He's playing weight. They
send this?
They don't seem too excited just yet. And he's he's gone through the hole.
Can you believe that? How did that fit through there? And that means 2 shots to Perth, and Perth halve the set and win the match. 8-3, 8-all. Jeremy Henry outstanding. That means I think you'll find that Perth will finish 3rd, Adelaide will finish 4th, and Perth will play the Melbourne Steamers in the semi-finals tomorrow night. And this is the last bowl here coming up of Jeremy Henry. It looked a little bit wide, Steve.
Yeah, he grimaced when he let it go, didn't he? He wasn't too sure, but his weight was perfect, just to sneak around the front one.
Look at that.
Magic.
Terrific stuff. He's downstairs with Tom Chadwick.
Thank you, Mark. I've got Jezza with me, mate. What a finish.
It was, yeah. We were fantastic game, and we just snuck over the line.
All in readiness now for the semis. Really important day tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a long week. it's been a hard week, but we've got to the semis and now it's anyone's.
What's the preparation tonight? Do you relax and have a couple of beers, or is it all business?
It's always the way I do it, mate. Always the way I do it. Relax, a couple of beers, prepare for tomorrow, and go hard and go again.
Beautiful stuff. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, time for a break here on Fox Sports. After the break, it is State of Origin. It is Brisbane up against Sydney.